The Yoruba country lies west of the river Niger, south of the Kwara. It is a land of forests, lagoons, and mighty rivers. This land has long been the heartland of West Africa, a vibrant tapestry woven from ancient kingdoms, rich traditions, and a spirit of unbreakable resilience. For centuries, this region pulsed with life, creating a legacy that resonates across the globe today. It was a cradle of civilization, a hub of commerce, and the home of a people whose influence would stretch far beyond its borders. The story of the Yoruba is not just a chapter in African history. It is a vital part of our shared human story. Early Europeans who mapped these lands called it Yoruba or Katunga, names scribbled on aging parchment. But to the people who called it home, it was, and always will be, Al Yoruba, the homeland of the Yoruba. This wasn't just a geographical location, it was a sacred space, a cultural identity, and a spiritual center. The name Al Yoruba carries the weight of ancestry, the rhythm of a unique language, and the collective memory of a proud and sophisticated society. While outsiders saw a territory to be charted, its inhabitants saw a world teeming with history, where the divine and the mortal walked hand in hand, and every landmark told a story. The land itself is a stunning mosaic of diverse landscapes. In the south, a complex network of lagoons and creeks snakes its way toward the Atlantic, their waters shimmering under the tropical sun. From the mighty river Niger, other rivers flow, feeding the dense mangrove swamps that guard the coastline, a mysterious and vital ecosystem teeming with life. As you travel inland from the coast, the terrain begins to change. The land rises gently, transforming into rolling hills and plateaus that can reach 1,000 feet above sea level. This varied geography shaped the lives of the Yoruba, providing both abundant resources and natural defenses, influencing everything from their trade routes to their spiritual beliefs. At the very heart of this vast territory was the mighty kingdom of Oyo, the political and spiritual nucleus of the Yoruba world. From this central seat of power, the king, known as the Olofin, reigned supreme. His authority was immense, his court a dazzling display of wealth, power, and intricate ceremony. The Olofin was not merely a ruler. He was seen as a companion of the gods, a sacred figure whose well-being was tied to the prosperity of the entire nation. His influence extended over a confederation of powerful sub-kingdoms, including the formidable Egba, the enterprising Ijba, the ancient and sacred Ife, the resilient Jaisha, and the kingdom of Ondo, among many others. There was a time, a golden age, when all Yoruba kingdoms acknowledged the supremacy of Oyo. They paid tribute to the Olofin, sending gifts of resources, warriors, and wealth, recognizing him as their overlord. This unity created a powerful empire that dominated the region for centuries. It was a period of immense stability and prosperity, where art, culture, and commerce flourished under a centralized authority. However, like many great empires, the seeds of its own decline were sown from within. Rivalry between the various sub-kingdoms began to fester. Jealousy and ambition eroded the bonds of loyalty, and the great, unified kingdom started to crack and splinter into many warring parts, each vying for its own power and autonomy. Despite the internal conflicts, the Yoruba people thrived through their unparalleled skill in trade. Their markets were bustling epicenters of commerce, drawing merchants from far and wide. The land was rich with valuable goods that were in high demand across the world. Palm oil, a staple for cooking and industry. Shea butter, prized for its cosmetic and healing properties. Fine cotton, woven into intricate textiles. Ivory, carved into exquisite works of art. And groundnuts were just a few of the treasures the Yoruba traded. From coastal ports like Badagry, great ships set sail, carrying these goods across the vast oceans, connecting the Yoruba heartland to a global network of exchange and enriching the kingdom immensely. The fertile soil of Yorubaland was a blessing, providing a bounty of food that sustained its large population. The primary staples were yam and cassava, versatile root vegetables that formed the cornerstone of their diet. Farmers also cultivated maize and the nutrient-rich egusi seeds, which are still a beloved ingredient today. The land was a veritable paradise of fruit. Sweet pawpaw, bananas, pineapples, and guava grew in abundance in farms and gardens, filling the air with their tropical fragrance. A common and cherished practice was the pounding of egusi seeds, grinding them into a thick, rich paste used to create a savory stew that remains a culinary emblem of Yoruba culture, a taste of home loved by millions. The untamed wilderness of the forests and rivers was home to a spectacular array of wild creatures. Majestic elephants moved in silent, powerful herds through the misty woodlands. Herds of formidable buffalo roamed the savannas, while elusive leopards, masters of stealth, hunted in the shadows. The rivers and swamps were the domain of the mighty hippopotamus. The air itself was alive with the vibrant colors and songs of countless birds. Brightly colored parrots flashed through the canopy, regal crowned cranes walked with stately grace, and flocks of green pigeons filled the skies, adding to the rich biodiversity of this incredible land. At the pinnacle of Yoruba society was the Oba, or king, who was regarded as a sacred and semi-divine figure. He was the spiritual and political leader of his people, a living link between the world of mortals and the realm of the ancestors and gods. His person was sacrosanct. His wives and children, as members of the royal family, were also held in the highest esteem and treated with immense respect throughout the kingdom. So sacred was the king's position that any act of violence or even disrespect towards the Oba or his immediate family was considered a grave offense against the entire community and the gods themselves, an act punishable by death. Yoruba society was governed not by written statutes, but by a powerful and deeply ingrained set of customs handed down through generations. These traditions formed the moral and social fabric of their world. Central to this was a profound respect for elders, who were seen as the living repositories of wisdom and history. Faith was woven into the very fabric of daily existence, a deep and personal connection to a complex pantheon of deities, or orisha, and a reverence for the ancestors who came before them. These laws were not written in books, but they were lived in every action, in every greeting, and in every ceremony, guiding the community with an unwritten but unbreakable code of conduct. The various Yoruba subgroups were renowned for their distinct characteristics and strengths, each contributing a unique thread to the rich cultural tapestry. The Aiyé, living near the coast, were famous for their sharp business acumen, their perseverance, and their dominance in trade. The Akwatwa and Jwja peoples, hailing from the hilly interior, were known for their incredible physical strength, their endurance, and their tireless capacity for hard labor, especially in farming. And the people of Oyo, at the empire's center, were celebrated for their political intelligence, their diplomatic skills, and their sophisticated approach to governance, which allowed them to manage a vast and complex kingdom for so long. Sadly, the internal harmony of the Yoruba nation could not last forever. The bonds that once held the great kingdom together began to fray. Endless wars fueled by rivalry and ambition steadily weakened the land. What was once a unified and powerful empire, feared and respected by its neighbors, began to disintegrate. It fractured into a collection of smaller, petty states, each fiercely independent and often at odds with the others. The era of grand unity gave way to a period of conflict and chaos as brother turned against brother, and the collective strength of the Yoruba people was squandered in internal struggles. Yet, even in this era of division and conflict, the indomitable Yoruba spirit never faltered. It shone brightly through the chaos, defined by core values that endured. A fierce spirit of independence, a relentless drive for enterprise, and an unwavering pride in their heritage and identity. The Yoruba people have always been marked by a unique blend of characteristics, a formidable strength of character, a deep-seated politeness and respect in their social interactions, and a profound and abiding sense of religion that guides their worldview. This resilient spirit is the true legacy of the Yoruba. From the ancient rivers and primeval forests to the opulent courts of sacred kings and the vibrant chaos of sprawling markets, the Yoruba people have been a formative force in Africa for countless centuries. Their legacy is not just a relic of the past, it endures today. It lives on in their vibrant culture, their rich artistic expression, their complex spiritual traditions, and in the very spirit of the people themselves, a testament to their enduring strength and creativity. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please like this video and follow our channel for more deep dives into history and culture. We'll see you next time.